Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, ShrimadBhagavatam418. Before we get started, though, I wanted to say that after doing 2 readings in 12 minutes, I realized that that's way too much information, 12 minutes at one time. So I'm going back to 5-minute sections, especially since my titles have come back. And now you may remember that Arjuna was taken under the ocean by Krishna so that he could have the darshan of Narayana and Adishesha. Even as he was watching with awe and a trembling of his limbs, Krishna saluted Narayana, and when he got his thinking power back, Arjuna saluted him hurriedly. So they stood in the presence of the Paramatma, and the Lord spoke to them with a slight smile. He said, "Krishna and Arjuna, you have been born into this world to protect Dharma, and you are both my Amshas. I wanted both of you to see me, and that was the reason why I brought the sons of the Brahmin here. You can restore them to him. As for you, make haste and reduce the weight of the earth, burdened as she is by the many asuras who have taken the form of kings. You can then come back to me. You are Nara and Narayana. You are above the desires of the world and its Maya, and yet you have been born as human beings for the general good of humankind." They prostrated before the Lord once and again and went back to the earth with the children of the Brahmin. Arjuna was a chastened man when he came back. He realized that his prowess and the strength of his Gandiva and his astras were all because of the grace of Krishna, and that he was just nothing without Krishna. So Krishna lived on in this world, showing his prowess now and again, behaving like an ordinary mortal now and again, waiting for the fulfillment of the purpose for which he had descended to the earth. Like others, he performed the duties of a kshatriya, worshipping the devas and performing yagnas to pacify them, even though he knew himself to be Narayana, for pleasing whom yagnas are performed. He had to set an example as to how one should behave in the world, what actions were good, and these he could teach only by behaving like an ordinary mortal. Krishna had no desires, but he could not avoid work, because if he did, people would become lazy and avoid doing duties and desist from work, and so pass the time of waiting for Krishna. 267. The Curse of the Rishis. The asuras who had been born on the earth were being destroyed one by one. Several of them had been killed by Krishna when he was in Vrindavan, and some by Balarama. The others were just waiting to be killed. Something else had to be arranged before that. When Narayana took the form of Krishna at the request of Mother Earth and Brahma, he had asked the Devas to be born as his kinsmen in the house of the Yadavas. Before his time came, Krishna had to see that the entire clan was annihilated. Since they were Devas, and since they had the special good fortune of being constantly in the company of Krishna, they could not be killed by anyone else. Krishna thought even after the war, which is to take place, the burden of the earth will stay heavy because of the immense group of the Yadavas, Andakas, Bhojas, Vishnus, and Dasaras. And they are invincible. And as Kali Yuga, the 4th quarter of time, draws near, they will lose their righteousness, and again the earth will suffer. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.